Bills Mafia, what's going on? Bills Mafia, once again, it's your boy Mac Mafia on the wrap-up of Week 6 versus New York Giants. It was a close one. First and foremost, I'm going to set up, then I'm going to say this, right? If I'm being honest and I'm keeping it 100, we got away with one and we stole one. Bottom line is that may not be too popular. That may not be what you want to hear. That may not have been your story today when you was arguing with Giant fans or arguing with whoever around the league, whatever team they support or whatever have you, and they told you, yo, the Bills should have lost, X, Y, Z, this, that, and the third. That may not have been your story, and that may not have been what you was kicking. But my perspective of it, honestly, we got away with one. And I mean, shit, it worked in our favor. And guess what? At the end of the day, if I'm being real and I'm being honest, I'm proud and I'm happy that we fucking won a close one. And I'm being honest with you. You know why? Because we've seen far too many times our Buffalo Bills on the other side of the sticks, man, in reference to losing a close game that should have went our way but didn't. Case in point, if you take that what was it, Monday night game last year versus the Titans, Josh Allen slipping at the goal line. If you take the game last year again, the Minnesota Vikings. If you take the game last year again, and this, some of y'all may say, well, this ain't the same thing, but even if you look at the game that we played against the Miami Dolphins, when we ran out of time, right? So again, at the end of the day, the Buffalo Bills have been on the short end of the stick on too many occasions. So again, at the end of the day, I'm going to say, fuck it, I'll take it. For Giant fans, I'm going to tell you this. Again, like I told you guys, if I'm being honest, I'm keeping shit 100. Without lying to you guys, at the end of the day, we robbed y'all. You know, y'all got away with them. But I'll sit up there and I'll say this, right? That you have to understand that they had already cooked. You know what? I'm not even going to get into that, right? Because that's neither here or there, right? Bottom line is this. We got away with one. And Giant fans, if you're upset today, I understand why. With reason. With reason. The only thing I would say is this, Giant fans. Bro, you can use the losses. And again, that's me keeping things 100. That's me being real with you. You can use the losses, man. Again, you know you're not going to no playoffs. You know you don't have a good team. We know that, right? So again, you can use the losses so you can sit up there and get a good draft pick, man. That's just the bottom line. So again, you can use the losses. So I understand why you're upset. I understand why you're angry. I would admit, from my perspective, you probably won't get this from every Bills fan, but from my perspective, we jerked y'all, and that's just it. But again, if you're a Giant fan, just know, man, you can use the losses, man. Don't feel no way about it. Again, you're not doing nothing this year. And that's just reality. Again, I'm keeping it 100 with you guys. You're not doing nothing this year, so you can use the losses, right? That's that. Like I said, as far as the Bills, we got away with one yesterday, man. We got away with one. I'll take it. Because, again, we've been on the other side way too many times, man. Way too many times, and it's upsetting, man. It really is upsetting. So again, looking at this, but that's just it, man. So as far as our Bills go, now let's talk about this, right? I'm gonna give we got things to correct. We know that our offense is in a funk. I don't know what's going on. The last 2 games, we've been in a funk. We ain't been operating. We ain't been performing. We ain't been doing our job. The defense, we ain't even going to talk about the defense. Say, you know why? Because, again, the defense should not get credit for... No, I shouldn't say that either. The defense held down a team that isn't that good. So, again, I give the defense much respect, much love. But, guys, y'all guys did our job. You guys did your job. And we love you for it, and we appreciate you for it. You kept us in the game. Had it not been for you guys, we would not be in the game. Bottom line. Now, get back to the offense. Offense has to pretty much do something to, find your groove, man. Find it. Like Josh Allen, champ. I don't know, it's like you've been in a funk lately. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what it is. You've been actually wait. Let's get on something right now. Sean McDermott got on today and he said that he pretty much kept us up to date with the injuries and so forth. And he said Josh Allen's listed day to day, which is good news, right? But don't be surprised if you see him on the injury report, because that's just what they do, right? So Josh Allen listed day to day. He hurt his shoulder. X-ray came back from what they saying. Everything came back negative, whatever have you. He's just a little sore, and that's it. That's it to the extent of that. As far as Damian Harris goes, he's pretty much been checked out of the hospital, and he's currently on concussion protocol due to he has a strain in his neck. So those were the two big ones, right? Everybody else who else got tweaked? It was like two other players that got tweaked, but it's nothing serious. But Damian Harris was the big one because, as you guys know, he left in the ambulance. And Josh Allen, obviously, that's a big one because that's our stud. That's our guy, right? We cannot afford to lose him. We lose him, we finito, right? So that's that in reference to that, right? Let's say this, though, in reference to the offense, right? If we're going to give the offense, if we're going to give them any type of credit for anything, right? We're going to sit up there and we're going to say that. I mean, it's not credit. But what we're going to do, if we're going to defend them some way, somehow, we're going to talk about that they played yesterday someone who knows Josh Allen very well. Probably someone who knows Josh Allen maybe even better than McDermott. Here's a man that was with Josh Allen day in and day out. And Brian Daboll. He knows what Josh Allen can do right, and he knows what Josh Allen struggles with tremendously. This is a man who sat there and pretty much worked on Josh Allen with everything. Again, they practice. He knows the shit that Josh Allen just can't get right. For as good as Josh Allen is, he knows the shit that Josh Allen struggled with. And let's just sit up there and let's say, if there was a plus side of it to anything, is that Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills met someone who pretty much knew your handicap and knows how to make you play left-handed. But as a Bills fan, I'm not bailing you out, man. I'm not bailing you out because, again, I expect a better performance from you guys. I really do. At this point in the season, I expect a better performance from you guys. Now, I will say this. As you guys know, who may play sports and everything, you rather get hot later on in the year, right? So if we're looking at any plus, right, is that we much rather get hot. Josh Allen much rather get hot later on in the year. Our offense rather get hot much later on in the year. As opposed to now, we're going to use the Miami Dolphins. They kicking everybody's ass, right? Anybody who's a nobody, let's just say that. They kicking their ass, right? They're hanging up 35, they're hanging up 40, they're hanging up 70, right? But is the shit sustainable? Because again, at some point, every team cools off. So if I had to pick a side of the coin that I'd rather be in, I'd rather be on the Bills side, under the assumption that they're going to heat up, they're going to catch their groove, and they're going to start killing teams. And I'm going to say this. For as bad as the performance that was yesterday and the week before, and for as unhappy as we are as Bills fans, right? By the way, I'm going to say this. I'll take the win any day. Again, I'm not happy with the way they won yesterday. I'm not happy with their performance last week. I don't like the way it felt sitting there for 4 quarters wondering what the hell is going on. Because like I told you guys before, if the Bills don't kick them in their face early, it's going to be a game and we're going to be sitting there wondering how the hell did we get in this situation. So, for as much as I don't like that feeling, let's just say I woke up very tired today. Very tired, stressed out, everything. But it felt good to know that they won. Because had they lost, I would have been miserable. Right? But to my point, for as bad as yesterday felt with the W, for as bad as last week felt, the Buffalo Bills still have the 3rd best offense in the league. We expect more because we follow them consistently. We expect more because we know what they're capable of. We know our team. The league don't know our team. Other fan bases don't know our team. But that's why we expect more out of them. But bottom line is, no matter how you look at it, the numbers are the numbers. And the Buffalo Bills have the third best offense in the league. Listen, I'll take that any day, right? Any day of the week, I'll take that. And I'm gonna say this, Giant fans. This is to the Giant fans as well as my Bills Mafia, right? Giants fan again. That shit was a tough loss, and y'all got jerked. Y'all, a million percent. I a million percent feel that y'all caught the short end of the stick yesterday, right? But I will say this: two things changed that whole scenario, and I'm gonna start with this one. The number one thing that I'm gonna start with is that first penalty on that last drive on Bernard should have been a holding, not a pass interference. What's the big deal? I'm gonna tell you what's the big deal. If that is called as a holding, that's a 5-yard penalty, and it is what it is. You guys start from where you guys just get your 5 yards, and that is it. Now, by calling that penalty on Bernard a pass interference, that now turns into a goal line because it's at the spot of the foul, right? So that changes the whole dynamics of everything. So again, you guys kind of got away with one too, but I get it. At the end of the day, it's more about the outcome, and your penalty cost you the game as opposed to what we're talking about as far as our penalty costing us 5 yards, and that's that. So again, difference. That penalty gets called a hold, that's a 5-yard penalty. No problem. You guys move up 5 yards, that's that. It gets called a pass interference, now you're at the goal line. So, again, I'm not taking none away from you guys because, again, like I said and I told you, I believe in my heart, my belief, right? You guys got jerked, you guys got robbed, and I'm not gonna bullshit you. I really think that you guys just got robbed yesterday. And but again, like I told you, you can use the losses, man. You really can't use the losses. Take the losses and go draft yourself something nice. Go draft yourself something nice. And that's that. Now, point two, which leads me into the Buffalo Bills offense, right? And point two is it comes down to execution. Because what the Buffalo Bills ain't doing right, I don't even know if it's Ken Dorsey at this point. I'll be completely honest with you. It comes down to executing plays and making plays happen. Like we got plays like Gabe Davis, when he's fumbling the ball. We got plays where Gabe Davis last game is dropping key plays, right? But let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday, had Josh Allen been able to execute that pass to Dawson Knox and we get that first down, this wouldn't even be a conversation. All we needed was one first down to sit up there, move the chains one more time, and this wouldn't even be a conversation. It wouldn't have been a nail biter to the extent that it was. It wouldn't have been none of that. It just would have been, okay, now let's drain out the clock because you guys was able to do nothing about it. I think you guys had one timeout or no timeouts. And I'm almost sure it was no timeouts, right? So again, what the Buffalo Bills are failing to do is the Buffalo Bills are not executing. Once the Buffalo Bills start to execute, folks, listen to me very closely. You're going to see a whole different type of balling. And again, that's why I tell you, I'd rather struggle now and go through what we're going through now and be in the funk that we are now and squeeze out wins some way, somehow. Playing this style of football to later on clicking and it making sense, and now you into later on in the season, even later on in the playoffs, and now your offense is clicking on all cylinders. As opposed to now you got the shit going, it's up and going, it's up and running, right? And now later on, how many times have we seen that? We've seen that happen time and time again, that a team, they get to the playoffs, they get to later on in the season, and they just hit a drop spell. So again, I'd rather go through what we're going through right now, and hopefully, man, we turn things around. Hopefully, we can stay healthy on the offensive side of the ball. We'll get healthier on the defensive side of the ball. No major injuries, and shit will just start making sense for us, right? Talk about that. But the Giants, man, I'm gonna say this, right? why I can see why the Giants is mad, right? Because they outplayed us pretty much across the board. They outplayed us. Check this out. They had a total of 317 yards to our 297 yards. They had a total of 185 yards passing to a total of 169 passing yards that we had. Rushing yards, they had 132 to our 128. They won the possession. They won the time of possession as well. They held the ball for 31 minutes. We held the ball for 28 minutes. So again, passing, rushing, time of possession, they beat us, right? Lastly, to make things even crazier, we turned over the ball twice. They turned over the ball no times. So I can see why Giant fans are upset. But again, like I told you guys, man, honestly, I'm not being an asshole. You can lose the losses, man. You really can. As far as us Bills fans, I can see why we upset. Because we should have played a much better game. Respectfully to the Giants, we're a much better team than you, and we should have played better. Again, and I'm keeping things 100, man. Don't be upset at me. Like I told you guys. Again, I feel as if we robbed the Giants yesterday. We got away with one. But again, like I told you guys, I don't feel bad because, again, we've been on the short end of the stick plenty of times. And ain't nobody feel a way about us. But again, I definitely understand why Giant fans feel the way they feel. I definitely understand it. But again, they outplayed us in 03. They held the ball for long, held the ball longer. They outran us. They had more rushing yards than us. They had more passing yards than us. You would and they won over the turnover game. So you would think at some point, right, that all that will equal a win. And when it doesn't, the shit hurts. So I understand, but again, like I said, I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful on this end, and I'm not happy with the play, but I'm happy with the win. And again, we have to execute. Our shit comes down all to execution. Like I said, if Dawson Knox catches that pass, if Josh Allen puts that pass a little bit better, with Dawson Knox, the guy's 6'6". For him, let's be real, you can't put that 100% on Dawson Knox. Josh Allen should have placed a better ball for him to catch, right? So if Josh Allen can place that ball better, if we get that first down, game's over. There's nothing to talk about. It's not even that close. Giant fans would have took their loss, and that would have been it, right? Also, execution. When we talk about Tyler Bass, the boy ain't missed a kick all season. Yesterday, he misses 2. Again, I'm going to be honest. I'm not a fan of our offensive coordinator either. Sometimes he can really upset me, right? But if we're being realist, you can't put certain things on him. Certain things we got to own, and that's just pretty much it, man. We got to own it. The Bills in the first half were 1 for 5 in first down conversions. In third down conversions. So, I mean, again, we got to own it. The one thing that we did, and the one stat sheet that the Giants lost, which is probably one of the most important, is that, and kudos to our defense for this, the Giants went 0 for 5 in the red zone. The Bills went 2 for 2. That's the ball game right there. That's the bottom line. And again, we stating facts, folks. We talking the truth, and we're being honest across the board, right? The game, that's the game, and that's the most important stat. I get it, time of possession. I get it, passing yards. I get it, rushing yards. I get all of that. And I understand you, most importantly. But again, the game was won, and the game was lost in the red zone. Again, the Giants went 0 for 5. The Bills went 2 for 2 in the red zone. Again, that's the ball game. That's the ball game right there. So, again, it comes down to execution. The Bills have to start doing a better job. Start distributing the ball more. I don't know what it is. The All-22 comes out tomorrow. I can't wait to see it because I want to see if I can see what Josh is. Because there has to be someone else open. There's no way in the world that Josh, Stephon Diggs is the only one open. And sometimes he ain't even open. Josh Allen's throwing the ball into double coverage. So there's no way in the world that no one else on our team is creating separation. There's no way. There's no way in the world. I fail to realize. There's no way. I really do not. I don't get it. Check this out. This is crazy. Stephon Diggs had 16 targets yesterday. The rest of the team, 13. Stephon Diggs had 11 targets in the first half alone. Explain it. Stephon Diggs, 16 targets. The rest of the team, 13 targets. In the first half, Stephon Diggs had 11 targets alone. There has to be someone else open. Again, that all 22 come out tomorrow. I'm going to sit there and I'm really going to take my time and dissect that. Because there's no way in the world there's no one else open. Again, so for as rough as we could be with Ken Dorsey, and again, I feel the same way, there has to be something else going on. I want to see what Josh Allen is seeing. I have to see it. Again, it's coming down to execution. We not executing. We not doing what we have to do. Another stat that you may want to know, man. In the first 6 games of the season, right? Our tight ends have a total combined yards of 210 yards. Both tight ends, Dawson Kincaid and Dawson Knox, have a total of 210 yards in the first 6 games of the season. Again, these is dudes that's supposed to be our weapons, man. Like these ain't dudes that, all right, if you open, I hit you. No, these is dudes that, listen, you are part of this offense, a major part of this offense. Again, even Dalton Kincaid, we traded up to get him. Dawson Knox, we gave him a bag of money last year. These are dudes who are in this offense to make a difference. Right? As you seen yesterday as well, when they started running the ball, they had a little more success. Again, the Bills have the type of offense in which they can play a balanced type of offense. And they can kill them. They really can. And Josh Allen, like I said, and I told you guys before, I'm not a fan of him running, but he needs to at least once or twice every game, he needs to break one out. He needs to break a run out and let them know I still got it. And I'll still do it, and I'll still use it if need be. Reason why? Because again, you got the safeties just sitting back there, and they know he's not going to run. So as long as he's not a threat, as long as he's not showing that he's a dual threat quarterback, guess what? Now we can focus on these guys. He ain't running. He ain't going nowhere. Listen, again, I'm not a fan of him running at all. But every game, break 1 or 2 runs out, let them know, yeah, I still got it. Now, this is something y'all may have to defend if I choose to utilize it. Now, if I don't choose to utilize it, guess what? I got weapons I can throw the ball all over the field to. I got a running back that's gonna get you because James Cook is averaging 5-point-something yards a carry. I got a running back that I can pass the ball to, and he's gonna get me anywhere from 5 to 10 yards. Not every handoff, right? But again, he's going to produce. And then when all that fails, if you sleep on me, I'm gonna take off on you. Again, it's come down to execution, man. We're not executing. We're not doing what it is that we got to do. But again, I'm not worried because, again, as someone who played the sport, as someone who played sports, as someone who watches sports, right? I know that you rather get hot later than sooner. All we have to do right now is defense keep playing what you're playing. Offense, work on getting things together and just stay in the game. And close games like this, pull out victories, man. Pull out victories. And if we can do that, when we get hot later on in the year and that offense starts clicking and that defense is doing the same, ain't no stopping us. There ain't no stopping us. So Bills Mafia, I understand exactly how you feel and why you feel the way you feel. But again, listen, just be happy that we won, man. Enjoy the win. And next week, we're on to the Patriots. And again, expect the same type of style of game that we kind of played today because best believe Belichick is going to do his very best to mimic what he just saw happen. But again, like I said, I told you, what you just seen, what we just saw happen for the last 2 weeks isn't our identity and isn't us. So he's taking a 50-50 chance and maybe trying to play us like that. Because again, what you saw is not our identity. So just don't be the team on the other side when we figure out our identity and you try to run that bullshit that just happened on the last 2 weeks on us. That bullshit defense. When you run that bullshit defense on us, don't be the team to find out. Because again, what you just seen in the last 2 weeks isn't our identity and ain't who we are. And it's only a matter of time till shit start clicking. And when it does, we gonna get our respect. Quick story, quick. I heard some cool shit. Von Miller, right? Yesterday when he was being interviewed, he said that he actually seen Teron Johnson with his head down. And he pretty much asked Teron Johnson, yo, you all right? You ready to go? And Teron Johnson told him, looked up and said, yeah, I'm just trying to find a way. I'm just thinking of a way to change this game and save this game towards the end of the game. And look what ended up happening. Teron Johnson told him that. Teron Johnson told me, I'm just finding a way to take this game over and win this game for us in the last seconds of the game. And sure enough, 5'11", Teron Johnson, 6'6", Darren Waller, and I get it again. People feel it was pass interference or whatever have you, but homeboy found a way, man, to do whatever he had to do to make us win. Best nickel in the game, if you ask me. He's the best nickel back in the game. And again, you have to respect the fact that he did what he did. And I'm going to tell you why I say that, because again, if you play the sport, coaches actually even tell you that. They tell you, take the penalty. It's a 50-50, they don't call it. Take the penalty, just don't let them score. Just like basketball. When somebody take the ball to the hole and you foul, don't give them the basket. Foul him. Put him on the free throw line and see what he does from there. But do not give him the easy basket. So Teron Johnson, hats off to you, my man. You did your thing, champ. Again, I get it. I understand everybody's not crazy about it. I understand Giant fans, they feel they got jerked with reason. But again, Bills fans, let's enjoy it, man. Let's enjoy it. We off to the Patriots. We in Foxborough next Sunday, 1 o'clock. That's our last 1 o'clock game. And then after that is, I don't know if it's our last 1 o'clock game for the season, but it's our last 1 o'clock game for a while. And after that, man, we put on a show for everybody to see. And what better time to get hot than then? Right? What better time to get hot than then? That's that. Bills Mafia, I love you. Again, enjoy this win. Many times we've been on the other side of the stick where we on the outside looking in with a loss. So Bills Mafia, enjoy this win. I know you're not happy with the performance. But again, don't worry, man. We gonna get hot at the right time. Bills Mafia, I love you. Let's go Buffalo.